Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Retained Recruiter Academy. I really do appreciate the fact that you've all taken the time and trouble to get here. Some of you have travelled from far and wide, some as far away as London. But more importantly, there have been people who've travelled from Yorkshire, Lancashire, other parts of the UK, but actually we've also got some international guests here as well today. We've got Stefan Aschenbrenner, who's travelled from Germany this morning, first thing. I've got Jacob During, if I pronounce your name wrong, I apologise. Jacob from Denmark, who's one of our newest clients as well. We've developed the Retained Recruiter Academy as an attempt, really, should put my introduction on it, as an attempt to start to build a community. We've been together in Rra Intro now for many years. Some of you are newer than others, but the reality is, as a body of people, we have the strength behind us to actually start to come together and actually make a difference in the worlds in which we operate in terms of the recruitment worlds. So it's very important that when we look at groups of similar individuals, how do we come together and make sure that we're maximising the effect that we have in our respective markets? And our job at Rra Intro is to help you deliver that. And so what we've developed is the Retained Recruiter Academy, and as you can see on some of the promotional materials that you would have seen before, we've got a strapline which is Evolve, Command and Profit. And Evolve is the fact that all businesses do need to be agile. And when you're being agile, it will actually help you seek out new recruitment markets and actually develop new recruitment strategies. The command line is a very strong and powerful word. The command line is all about making sure that you, at the top of your game, you should be able to dominate your market and actually charge the fees that you deserve. If you're working with low fees, that's what you deserve. But when you're working with high fees, when you dominate your market, your clients will respect you and work with you. And lots of what we'll talk about today are going to help you actually sort of deliver that strategy. And profit, whilst we all love what we do, we're all in this to make money. And that's the important part of our business model. So the strapline that sits underneath Evolve, Command and Profit is we are always growing. As businesses, we're looking to grow and expand our markets. We're always learning, because if you believe you can't learn anymore, then the reality is that means it's over for you. We've actually got to sort of take on board new ideas. And we're always ahead of the competition. That's where we're looking to position ourselves in the marketplace. Now, you've all met, or you will meet at some point today, if you haven't met him, Plarman Ivanov. I first met Plarman 7 years ago, which is quite a long time, and it was in a room very similar to this, and it was actually thanks to one of our guest speakers today, Mike Walmsley, who runs something called the Pinnacle Club. And I was sat in a room of business owners like you, and there was this big bloke at the front, a big bear, Plarman. That's what I thought of this guy. And he was spouting on about some stuff that he'd developed with his business partner, Paul. And it was interesting. And like a lot of you when you've listened to him in the past, I listened with interest to what he had to say about his views on the marketplace and his views on what he'd done with his business. Because the business I was running at that time was like many businesses. We thought we were good, but the reality is we were very average. And we were looking for some new ideas and new processes to put into our business that Plarman was able to share what he'd done with effectively a small business in Leeds and moved it forward. And using one of Plarman's infamous things that you'll see a lot today, he asked for a show of hands. Who's actually interested in what I've got to offer? And so myself and a few other people in the room put our hands up and said, yeah, I'm interested. So Plarman did a quick count round, and then he disappeared for a year. So, we'd sort of forgotten about it. And then out of the blue, an email. You ever had an email from Plarman? Yeah, maybe one or two. An email popped up and it said, hi, I'm ready. You said you're interested. Come and meet us at the IOD in London. So at that meeting, Plarman presented what we now know today as Rra Intro. Now, Rra Intro, back in 2013, for the early adopters. And the early adopters, some of them are here today. As I've already mentioned, Stefan from EO Executives. They were one of the first adopters, and also Chris Dickinson from Advocate Group, one of the very early adopters as well, who you'll see more of later on today. We were sold Rra Intro pretty much as a software solution. With a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, Paul and Plarman just said, take it on board and take it out to your markets and it will work. The reality is, whilst that did work to some degree, it's very easy to lose enthusiasm. And so sometimes enthusiasm without process isn't really going to get you there. And what we're going to share with you today is how Rra Intro has evolved, how we've moved it forward to help you drive it into your marketplaces. And again, we've got guests sharing with you today some of their experiences so you can question them and challenge them about how they've adopted it into their market space. And that's what we're really trying to do with the business, really move it forward. We've got a full agenda today, I'm going to go through that, but what we set out on at Rra Intro is to turn the product more from just a software, but more into a solution that's actually going to drive you forward. And in our business, what we set out is we set out a different journey. Because I actually sort of left the coalface of recruitment. So as many of you have seen me before, I actually sort of deliver a lot of the training and onboarding for you guys. So I'm no longer on your side of the fence. I'm actually on this side. And when I left the coalface of recruitment, I came on board really to help Plum and Paul deliver the vision that we have for Rra Intro, which is to turn us into a global business leader in the market space in which we operate. Now we are today, a lot of people think of us as a small company, but as we like to say internally, we're actually a large company in the very early stages of development. And we're really looking to drive our business forward as we go from strength to strength. But any business needs to have a strategy, and we're going to be talking about some of those things today. And our strategy is founded on 4 horizons. The first horizon for us was all about making sure that our business model and our product had validation. And over the last 5, 6, 7 years, essentially we've done that. We need to move it forward, and we're going to share with you what we're doing on that one today. The second horizon for us, and we're in that one at the moment, is all about establishing critical mass. We're getting there. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. And the reason why we need that critical mass is we actually need further investment to grow into the business. And one of the things that we'll do with all of you, because you're all our business partners here today, is at some point in the future we'll tell you when we're looking for investment. And it might be something you're interested in as well, but I'll leave that one to Plum at some point to talk to you about if it's there. But we're in that second horizon of a 4-horizon business strategy. The third horizon, and some of you have heard us talk about this, is actually how we take all of your strength, collective strength, and take that to market. And we'll do that using something called the Rra Intro Exchange. And the Rra Intro Exchange will act as a global RPO. We're some way from that way, but the foundations, the thoughts of that are there at this moment in time. And that's where we'll be able to win business and then push it out to like-minded recruitment businesses who actually share the same methodologies and share the same processes and can actually sort of take them on board. So the Rra Intro Exchange is our horizon number 3. And then for any of you who've been on any of these strategy conversations, our horizon 4 is our big, hairy, audacious goal. And that's for Rra Intro to be the established standard, where organisations say, are you recruiting to the Rra Intro standard? So that's our big, hairy, audacious goal on Horizon 4, some years away, but certainly what we're looking to do, what we're looking to achieve. So what we hope in the formation of the Retained Recruiter Academy is we bring people like you together to share thoughts and ideas. Yes, some of us may be slightly competitive with each other, but the reality is we're here to share ideas, thoughts about how we can actually take this product, this service to market in a way that makes us very different from everybody else. You are the founder members. We will acknowledge that later on today. You are the founder members of the Retained Recruiter Academy. Today is the first day of this particular club that we're part of. So I want to take you through the agenda, what we're going to be covering today. Wow, there's lots of things on there. So there's going to be lots of opportunities to hear other people speak and talk to you about ideas, thoughts, processes that are going to guide you through. So we've got guest speakers coming throughout the day who will talk to you about various topics, which we hope you'll find informative. After lunch, we've got a panel, what we call a superstar panel. Our long-established users, we're going to ask them to share their thoughts on how they've actually been successful with the market, but also for you to challenge them, as well as challenge us on that. You can see there's something there at 2:30 called Rra Intro Evolution. That's where we'll be showcasing the next version of Rra Intro and taking you through that. And then, as I say, we'll wrap up around about 4:30 with some Q&A and some drinks, and then hopefully people can disappear. So as I take you into the first section, which is the ecosystem of modern recruitment, I'm going to invite Plum Ivanov, who's the chairman and co-founder of Rra Intro, to come up and take you through this first session, and he'll guide you through his views on the marketplace. Plum, over to you.
Thank you.